My name is Nathan Stanley, and this is my pre-proposal presentation on AI as a learning node, K-12 teachers' perceptions, practices, and pedagogical integration. K-12 teachers face an evolving educational landscape increasingly influenced by artificial intelligence. While AI tools and platforms offer potential as sources of information and professional learning, their integration into pedagogical practices and curriculum design remains a complex and underexplored area. Many teachers may lack a clear understanding of how to effectively utilize AI as a resource for their own professional growth and to enhance student learning experiences. This gap in knowledge and practical application may hinder the realization of AI's potential to personalize research experiences, streamline access to relevant academic literature, and foster innovative teaching methodologies. Additionally, ethical considerations surrounding AI, such as data privacy and algorithmic bias, add another layer of complexity that teachers must navigate. The research question guiding this study is: how do K-12 teachers perceive and utilize artificial intelligence tools and platforms as sources of information and professional learning, and how does this engagement shape their pedagogical practices and approaches to curriculum design? The theoretical framework for this qualitative study is connectivism, proposed by Siemens. Connectivism acknowledges the profound impact of technology, interconnected networks, and the changing nature of knowledge on the learning process, making it relevant for investigating educators' experiences in the digital age. Five of Siemens' 8 key principles of connectivism are particularly relevant to this study. They are: learning occurs within networks rather than isolated cognitive processes. Knowledge is distributed across sources, including AI tools. Connecting with new information sources is more critical than merely acquiring knowledge. Nurturing and maintaining connections is crucial for continuous learning. And finally, decision making is a learning process requiring critical evaluation of evolving knowledge and landscapes. Connectivism differentiates itself from other learning theories by emphasizing the role of external networks and digital knowledge sources in shaping learning experiences. This study employs connectivism to explore how K-12 teachers integrate AI with their professional learning networks and examines the broader implications of AI-driven learning for teacher identity, adaptability, and instructional decision-making. The literature on AI integration in K-12 education highlights both opportunities and challenges. Research shows that AI can enhance efficiency, personalization, and accessibility through automated grading, adaptive learning, and AI tutoring systems. However, equity concerns emerge as a central theme with the digital divide and uneven access to AI resources across schools. Disparities in AI training and infrastructure are particularly evident in underfunded schools and marginalized communities. Teacher preparedness remains a significant barrier, with many educators lacking formal training in AI ethics, data literacy, and instructional applications. The need for teacher training and support in developing AI literacy and navigating ethical challenges is critical. Studies reveal mixed findings on AI's impact on workload, efficiency, and student engagement. Demographic factors also play a role, with younger and STEM educators showing more confidence in AI integration compared to experienced and non-STEM educators. Ethical concerns surrounding data privacy, misinformation, bias, AI-driven grading systems, reinforcing disparities are significant obstacles to AI adoption. To mitigate these risks, institutions must implement ethical guidelines, data governance frameworks, and robust AI literacy education. The research question guiding this study is: how do K-12 teachers perceive and utilize artificial intelligence tools and platforms as sources of information and professional learning? And how does this engagement shape their pedagogical practices and approaches to curriculum design? To address this research question, a basic qualitative study design will be employed. Basic qualitative studies focus on understanding a central phenomenon through the perspectives, experiences, and meanings of the participants, according to Merriam and Tisdale. This approach is particularly suitable for exploring complex and nuanced ways in which K-12 teachers engage with AI tools and platforms, and how this engagement influences their teaching practices and curriculum design. Qualitative research is distinguished from quantitative research by its primary objectives, according to Cresswell and Guterman. Quantitative studies aim to clarify or predict relationships between variables, while qualitative research seeks to deeply investigate an issue or problem. The goal of this study is to understand the subjective experiences and perceptions of K-12 teachers as they navigate the integration of AI in their professional learning and teaching practices. Qualitative methods allow for a rich exploration of these experiences, meanings, and contexts, according to Farley. The population of interest in this study is K-12 public school teachers with at least 3 years of teaching experience who intentionally use artificial intelligence in their planning, non-instructional administrative tasks, and/or direct instruction to enhance student learning. Purposive sampling, specifically snowball technique, will be employed in this study to recruit participants who are actively using artificial intelligence in their teaching practice and engaging in professional learning networks. Snowball sampling is a type of convenience sampling where initial participants recommend colleagues who meet the study criteria, making it particularly useful for reaching populations that are difficult to assess through traditional methods. As a career public school educator, I will leverage my existing professional network as a starting point for recruitment, with subsequent participants being identified through referrals. It is worth noting that this sampling method aligns with the principles of connectivism, the theoretical framework guiding this research. Connectivism asserts that learning occurs through the formation of connections through networks, and teachers' professional learning networks play a crucial role in their adoption and integration of new educational technologies such as AI. Snowball sampling mirrors the way knowledge and practices are disseminated within PLNs, offering insights into these dynamic networks. Teachers actively using AI may constitute a niche group best accessed through referrals within their professional circles. The study will include approximately 15 participants. Cresswell and Guterman explain that qualitative research often focuses on a limited number of individuals or cases. This approach allows researchers to develop a more comprehensive understanding, as the depth of insight intent tends to lessen with more individuals or sites, when more individuals or sites are included in the study. This study will utilize 2 data collection tools, a questionnaire and a semi-structured one-on-one interviews. The questionnaire will serve 2 main purposes. First, it will collect demographic information about the participants, providing important context for the study. Second, the responses from the questionnaire will be used to guide the creation of the interview guide for the semi-structured interviews. This approach ensures that interviews will be tailored to the specific experiences and perspectives of the participants, as revealed in the questionnaire. Semi-structured one-on-one interviews will be conducted to gather in-depth data from participants. Merriam and Tisdale emphasize the usefulness of semi-structured interviews in qualitative research, highlighting the flexibility of using a guide with predetermined questions that are not fixed in their wording or order. Wood et al. State that semi-structured interview guides can vary in structure, with some using a list of topics and suggested questions that may be utilized non-sequentially. The data collection plan for this basic qualitative study will follow Cresswell and Guterman's 5-step process for collecting data: selecting participants and sites, gaining permission to conduct the study, deciding the types of data to collect, developing a means for recording information, and collecting data while considering field issues and ethical concerns. Participants will be selected from K-12 teachers who are current practitioners incorporating AI in their teaching practice. We will use snowball sampling in order to find the participants who meet the criteria outlined in the setting and sample plan. Once the participants and sites have been identified, I will obtain the necessary permissions to conduct the study, including securing institutional review board approval and obtaining informed consent from participants. For this study, two primary data sources will be utilized: a questionnaire and semi-structured interviews. A Google form will be created to share and collect the questionnaire data, while interviews will be conducted via Zoom and recorded for transcription. This approach ensures accurate and systematic data collection. Utilizing the data from the questionnaire to inform the design of interview guides. The interview guide aligns with Merriam and Tisdale's suggestion to begin data analysis concurrently with data collection, allowing the emerging themes and categories to inform ongoing data collection and analysis processes. Throughout the data collection process, I will anticipate and address potential field issues and ethical concerns, including flexibility in scheduling interviews, ensuring participant confidentiality, and maintaining a non-judgmental and respectful approach when interacting with participants. According to Braun and Clark, when working with verbal data from sources like interviews, television shows, or political speeches, it is necessary to convert this information into written format to perform a thematic analysis. This study will use thematic analysis to identify key themes and patterns in the interview data. The process begins with transcription and familiarization of the data by me. I will transcribe all the interviews verbatim, immerse myself in the data by reading and rereading the transcripts. During this time, I will make initial notes and observations. Coding and thematic analysis will be performed on the interview transcripts. As Cresswell and Guterman recommend, initial coding will be conducted to identify key themes, patterns, and categories. Qualitative data analysis software may be used to facilitate this process to organize or link different data pieces. A combination of deductive and inductive approaches will be used for coding to ensure a comprehensive theme development. This involves developing codes based on the literature, which is deductive, and emerging information from the data, which is inductive. To ensure rigor and validity, Merriam and Tisdale recommend several strategies. Triangulation will involve using multiple data sources, which in this case are the questionnaires and interviews, to corroborate findings and enhance credibility of interpretations. Member checking will be conducted by sharing preliminary findings and interpretations with participants to solicit feedback and ensure that analysis accurately reflects their experiences. An audit trail will be maintained to document the research process, coding decisions, theme development, and analytical memos. Reflexivity will be practiced by acknowledging the my biases, assumptions, and perspectives, and how these may influence the interpretation of the data. Finally, thick description will be provided to offer detailed descriptions of the context, participants, and data, allowing readers to understand the nuances of the phenomenon.